They told me that they would like to have the two houses almost identical, you know. And as we went along, we suddenly realized that the individual requirement for each house is actually quite different.
My house have some modern furniture. And also some new art, modern art, like the glass display. My brother one is different. My brother is all old art, Chinese art, old furniture. He kept everything. For me, I changed.
These are like the furniture and the picture, all these, even the furniture, is, since I was born already was here. So if you change this, the memory maybe, totally the house is going to change. And this is a heritage building, so I want to keep most of the heritage to remain.
To blend the modern with the traditional called for adaptations like this space with retractable glass. This allows for ventilation and natural light in the large continuous space.
The younger brother felt passionately that he would like to keep the original living room setting. Because we try to keep the original living room setting, it sort of like start to create a very different design program for this house.
To retain the old shophouse structure without making the living room rather dim meant the use of new material in the traditional building. The architect introduced dramatic light scoops and used glass floors on the upper levels to let light in, while giving an overall sense of fluidity.
After you have gone past the threshold, you'll be introduced to a very exciting high-volume space, which is basically a light scoop structure that reflects the light so that the natural light can be distributed not only to the living room but to the rest of the house. And as we are staying in tropic, we have a lot of sunlight, and we know how to make use of it. It actually becomes a very interesting aspect that contributes to the architecture.
The creative, yet contextual interpretation of conservation guidelines in the remodeling of the homes saw both winning the URA Architectural Heritage Awards in 2005. And setting the standard in private condominium living is the startlingly bold Patterson Edge. When it was completed in 1998, the structure in the middle of the city raised eyebrows for its ceiling-to-floor glass walls.
So we had a very enlightened client. At that time, they had a vision, and they feel that good design can sell. So this project should not be a run-of-the-mill condominium product. We devised a grid, on the facade to regulate the facade so it's not so messy. And it becomes a backdrop. So it was like a living facade.
Patterson Edge sits between the hustle and bustle of Orchard Road and the residential developments of Angullia Road. So it had to respond and reflect the two worlds.
Being, at the site facing the residential development, we need to take care of privacy because they're so close to your neighbors, And at the same time, it is a west-facing facade. So we actually introduced a secondary wall to screen off the heat, help to buffer the heat.
Patterson Edge had instant appeal to the new demography of well-travelled dwellers who wanted shopping, business and entertainment at their doorstep, and a home with full amenities.
The other thing that we find as a feature in this development was actually the pool. It was a response to the site constraint, the lack of space on the ground. And so we had to move all the amenities, the communal facilities up to the roof. You feel the pulse of the city as you're up here swimming. It was an exhilarating experience.
This experience of city living has been extended to public housing with a special one-off housing project. This is the HDB's first 50-storey integrated housing development called the Pinnacle at Duxton, which was the result of an international competition that attracted world-class architects. The winning scheme turned out to be from a fledgling Singapore practice.
Duxton really brings people back to the city. We are talking about introducing nearly 10,000 people back to this part of the city, and thereby rejuvenating not only that part but really the whole entire area.
The Pinnacle at Duxton introduces new features not seen in other local public housing projects, like sky bridges and sky gardens on the 26th and 50th floors.
The two sky gardens actually almost double the ground area, and that's also in response to that high-density living. But what we're trying to achieve is to create urban rooms within the park itself.
In addition, being public housing, we also have an opportunity to share the park with the rest of the city, and this becomes a node in the larger network of parks being created all over the island.
The public's enthusiastic response to the launch of the Pinnacle at Duxton shows that people recognise good design and want to return to live in the midst of an exciting city. This augurs well for Singapore, as it takes bold new steps to develop into a distinctive global city. Next week, catch a glimpse of that exciting future in the final episode as Citylights sketches the Singapore of the 21st century. Channel News Asia, a network of MediaCorp News.